Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome to the Flipgrid PD, getting started with Flipgrid for remote learning. We are live. We're live. Here we are on YouTube. As some of you may know, we were originally going to host this on another platform, so we're telling the people over there to come join us here. Welcome to all of you. And if you're watching this in the future, feel free to skip ahead just a little bit. You have the whole crew today. We're all here. And before I invite everyone on, I just wanted to walk through a little bit of how we're going to structure today's 30-ish minute session. And here's that ish. What we're going to do is we're going to very quickly, well, let me take a step back. Here's what's up. We're going to go through how to get started with Flipgrid 3 times. And so here's kind of the breakdown of those 3 times. First, we're going to do so rather quickly and just kind of give you a gist of, everything you need to get started. You'll see that getting started with Flipgrid from not having an account to hearing from your students can happen in a matter of minutes. And then we'll show you that. And then we'll slow down. We want to show you kind of like what the end goal is and walk you through the process a little bit slower. And we have the experts, like I said, we have the whole crew. So Jornea, Jess, and are all going to be on the broadcast and excited to show you and walk through step by step and explain the different things along the way. That's the second time. And then the third time we go through Flipgrid, what we're going to do is actually, it'll be kind of not as linear. We'll kind of bounce around the Flipgrid ecosystem based on your questions. So feel free to drop in the chat. Let me make sure I have it pulled up here. Post in the chat at any point, any questions that you might have. We'll keep an eye on the chat, and if we can answer your question very quickly live, we'll do so. But otherwise, fear not, we will get to all the questions at the end, and that's kind of where that ish stands. We're happy to hang out and chat for a bit. It's a lovely Saturday morning here in we'll find out where you are, or evening or afternoon, depending on your location. I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Also joining me in Minneapolis, Minnesota, we have the Grid Pal George.
Hello.
Hey, welcome aboard, George. Okay, and joining us all the way from Florida, we have Jess XBO.
Hello, good morning.
All right, and coming at us live, also from Florida, but she's from California, or Katy, Texas. She can tell you the whole story. Hey, everyone. Welcome, Ann Cosma.
Hey, everybody joining us live on YouTube. We are so excited you are here today to check out Getting Started with Flipgrid live at 10 a.m.
And I just want to assure you all, we did not rehearse for this. So, Ann, gorgeous. I loved it. We're going to keep this fresh and fun and laid back. What do we say? Saturday educators. What's the hashtag?
Sat chat, right? Is it Sat chat?
Saturday teachers, baby. And I see our friends, so many friends joining in the comments already. Hello from California. Buenos dias a Mexico. Hernan, it's so good to see you. Stacy Joy from LA, California.
Beautiful. And also on the broadcast is the savvy educator, Jornea Armand. But I think right now, it looks like her video's not showing yet, so I think she's still on the other platform.
So Adam, the cool thing is I just greeted everybody over on the Teams call. And the funny thing is you and I got started at the same time. So everybody could hear you on my second monitor and me. And I said, hey, Adam, wait. Oh, and then I just gave everybody a greeting. And hopefully they're joining us over here. So Jornea is wrapping up the call, redirecting friends right here, and will join us in a moment.
Okay, brilliant. Well, so while we wait, we'll get started. So here's what we'll do. We'll do that first run through Flipgrid and talk about how to get started. As I mentioned, this will be the first time. It's going to be a little bit quick, and so just bear with us, and then we'll slow down and we'll show you. This is going to show you how to get started, but we'll show you kind of what the end game is, like what you'll accomplish now with social learning. So without further ado, here's the first of 3 that we'll go through how to get started with Flipgrid.
Head over to Flipgrid.com and create a free Flipgrid account with your Microsoft or Google email address. Once you've signed up, let's create your first grid. Your grid is your class. So I'll name mine 6th grade reading. Select a grid type. I'll select school email, which will allow my students to access the grid using their school email address. If you're teaching younger learners without emails, you can choose the student ID option. Students do not need to create an account. They will use this code to access the grid. You can personalize it, so I'm going to make mine Remote Reflection. Limit access to the grid by entering your school emails. Enter everything after the @ symbol. Add multiple emails for students and educators. Now that your grid is created, you'll see that we have automatically created a discussion prompt to help introduce Flipgrid to your learning community. Let's make a new discussion prompt. In Flipgrid, we call those topics. You can add links, videos, or anything you want your learners to view prior to recording a video response. Or hop on over to the Disco library where there are thousands of ready-to-use topic templates available. Now that you have created your topic, you are ready to share with your learner. Share the link or code with your learning community. This is how your students will access Flipgrid and start posting videos. For step-by-step student instructions and more resources to help you use Flipgrid, check out the links in the description below.
Hey, okay.
We dance into the music.
And we let just a little background and perfect waiting because guess who's joining the broadcast?
Jornea!
All the way from
Ruth, never educator.
It's the educator. Hi, Jornea.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday.
So excited to have you. Okay, so let's get started. As I mentioned, that was the first time we're going through Flipgrid, and now the incredible Jornea, Jess, and Ann are going to slow down, show you step by step. And I think before they're experts. I'm going to let them. Y'all just tell me what's going on. I think Ann, you're going to share your screen, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said for a minute I was muted and I was looking at the camera settings down here. Those of you Saturday teachers, first of all, we have friends joining in from South Africa, from New Mexico, from, my gosh, Ramesh is here from Lincoln, right? New Jersey's in the house, LA's in the house, North Carolina. So many friends joining in and we're super excited. But what we do is take a moment and slow down to review the steps of how you get started with Flipgrid. And we've been doing multiple PD sessions every week, but we decided to all come together, hang out on a Saturday morning from all kinds of different places. And we're so excited you're joining in. And what I'm going to do actually is share my screen and share a few remote learning resources with you as we get started. Jess, Jornea, hop in. We'll all kind of just, popcorn around the screen, if you will. And
We said the magic word.
Yeah, popcorn. Hey, popcorn. I was trying to get some. But friends, we love to have fun. Yeah, we love to have fun, and we're lifelong learners as well. So on behalf of all of Team Flipgrid, we simply want to say thanks for joining us and checking out some new ideas or hopefully having some new brain zings of how you can use Flipgrid to empower every voice in your learning community, no matter what time zone or what geographic location you're tuning in from. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is click share my screen. And I'm going to select this one. And friends, you should see now the flipgrid.com website. And when you scroll up and down this screen, there are a ton of resources. If you've never taken a trip to the bottom of this website page, definitely feel free to check it out. But we love sharing Flipgrid with you all, and you can get started at flipgrid.com. Those of you who are brand new to Flipgrid, please know it is 100% free. And you can use every feature, every aspect of it in your learning community. But what I want to do is point out at the top of the screen, we have a few shortcuts to some really important resources, including our remote learning resource hub, as well as additional Flipgrid resources. And what I'm going to do is actually take a moment and click on that remote learning hub real quick. And as I navigate through this page, just Jornea, hop in if you want to. But what I want to do is start by letting you know this is where you can come and find ideas to support your teaching and learning community. If you find yourself in a remote learning situation, in a hybrid situation, or if you're even face-to-face right now, as some parts of the world are, but we have everything you could possibly need to get started. Jess or Jornea, do you want to talk about some of these resources while I navigate the screen?
Absolutely. So we've got tons of remote learning resources. So you'll see the translations for that PDF right there. We've actually got 8 different translations. It's a great resource to share with your students and with families as well, so that they know how to get started. Additionally, we have these awesome getting started videos, one of which you just watched, but the other one is for students as well. So I know a lot of times whenever we are getting started with something, we're explaining it to our students, right? But not having it not being in person with them makes it a little bit more difficult sometimes. So we've got this really great getting started video that you can send out to them. It shows them the exact steps of how they can share their voice on Flipgrid. There's an editable document for families that you can send out. The link to PD, which obviously you found, but if you have colleagues that weren't able to join us today, you can send them that. And then the Help Center as well, which Anne is going to dive a little deeper into. This is a really great place. We always say, honestly, this should be your first stop anytime you have a question on Flipgrid, because it really does answer any question that you have. So Anne's typing in share, into the search, and all of these different articles pop up automatically. So if we're looking how to share a grid with our students, it's going to give step-by-step directions. And a lot of times there's actually videos attached or GIFs that'll show you the steps. So it's a really great place to start anytime you have questions. There's some trending articles, different categories, but then as well, you can use that search feature.
Yeah, Jess, I love sharing this, and you, Jornea, and I talk about this all the time. The quick visual and the bite-sized information that our experienced team back in Minneapolis, Minnesota, they've put in great effort to make this a meaningful place for you to go and find resources. And I love sharing this. It's just that quick visual, a step-by-step guide. And then here's our awesome friend and colleague, Jennifer, just sort of navigating through the screen and showing these resources. So we do love sharing this. Jornea, if you want to maybe share at the bottom of the screen what is a special place to visit in case folks need additional support. And maybe I just shared it, but talk about this for a second.
All right, so Anne is at that very bottom of the Help Center. And so once you click on, if you have more questions, let's connect, we go to contacting our support team. So if you have any issues with Flipgrid, or maybe you're just confused on what is a grid or what is a topic. And so our team is readily available to help you just navigate Flipgrid and make your experience the best that it can possibly be. There was one other resource on the page that Anne was on for remote learning, and that is our Disco Library playlist. So for educators who may be distant from their students right now, we have curated over 50 topics that's readily available for you. If you click on Learning from Home, you'll see those topics, and you can simply add those to your grid. So enjoy all of those resources as we continue getting started.
Yeah, so awesome. One of the other things, and friends, I'm just going to navigate back to the top of the screen and show you again. We say this all the time in the training that we do. If you forget all these unique links or these different places, simply get yourself to flipgrid.com and just click on those shortcuts at the top of the screen. So not only is there that central hub for remote learning, but when you click on the resources tab, you are going to find all of those Flipgrid resources as well. The Getting Started guide, linking back to the Learning from Home site, shortcutting back to where you can find upcoming sessions of our Flipgrid PD, back to the Help Center. And then we love sharing these integration docs as well. And I'm going to click on these and just talk for a moment that if you are brand new to Flipgrid and you're looking for getting started guides, Jornea mentioned the Disco Library, and we'll dig a little bit deeper into that. But these integration docs are a great resource for you to use as well that share grade and content specific ideas. So perhaps you teach, trigonometry in high school and you're looking for some maths examples, or you're digging into world languages, you just click on one of these documents and you actually will get not only ideas for how you can support your scholars in that specialty or core content area, but you're also going to get support and ready to use topics from fellow educators around the world. So we definitely love sharing these integration docs as a resource for you. And I think what we should do now, friends, should we show them what a grid looks like so they get a little preview of it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and close some of my tabs and come right back to flipgrid.com.
And I have a fun code for you.
Okay, cool. I'm ready. And
Okay.
what he means by code is a flip code. So friends, a flip code is that unique join code that you share with your community and they access your grid that way. So Adam, I'm ready.
All right, the code is this, and it's an internal secret Flipgrid team code. So
Ooh, secret.
we shall see some secrets. It is, and it's a shout out to Jornea. It's Savvy Scholars.
Ooh.
All right, so I'm typing this in. I'm just clicking return. You can click on that blue button, but it'll take you right here. Uh-oh, join the grid using my code. What do I do now, Adam?
Okay, so I have locked down this. As I said, it's an internal secret team code.
Yeah.
So only people within my domain are allowed to access, and that's at Flipgrid and at Microsoft. So you'll have to authenticate and prove that you're part of my community with either the login with Google or login with Microsoft.
So Anne doesn't have all of these accounts set up on her screen. So if anybody else wants to share, I'm doing
let
some
me jump right
device.
in.
Yeah, I'm doing some device migration and I've signed out of everywhere and I don't have a quick single sign on right now. So anybody who wants to, yeah.
Is this sharing?
Oh, hey, I see it.
Okay, so Anne would have authenticated in, and this is where she would have gotten, and you'll see up here that it knows that I logged in. And so here we are in the Savvy Scholars grid. As I said, this is a team grid. We have some fun and do a little bit of testing. But this one is called What's in Your Bag, and we'll show you where you can find this topic soon. But down here we have all our videos from our team. So George here.
What I put in my bag?
So here's George. This is such a good video.
Toothbrush, because always smiling on vacation.
So you'll see all of the scholar videos, and this just happens to be Team Flipgrid. So here's Jess, and you'll see we've noted our devices. We added a little title so that we can talk about testing. But this is what we're working toward, the social learning, grid platform that we will create with all of you today. Just Jornea, anything to add?
Yeah, so why don't, Adam, on your screen too, why don't you go and use the flip code certified? That's what we love to share in our PD sessions. So friends, again, if you're starting at flipgrid.com, what you do to invite people to participate is simply share that flip code. And Adam's typing in certified. And what this will show you is another example of a grid. And just how you saw Team Flipgrid, go ahead and go there, friend. So just how you saw Team Flipgrid on that other grid, when you scroll down on the page, what you're looking at not only is the topic prompt, which is the ask or whatever you're asking somebody to respond to, but what I want you to see is that every smile on that face, 6,563 responses as of this very moment. Friends, every smile represents somebody somewhere sharing their unique voice. And this is what a grid community looks like. So yeah, I just saw our good friend Ramisha in the comments made a point that you as the educator are the one that creates these accounts. Students don't create Flipgrid accounts, educators do, and you invite people to participate in them. So what we're gonna do is actually go into the website. I'm gonna share my screen again, and I'm gonna walk you through what it looks like when you go in. And here we go. Perfect. We're back on my screen. So friends, if you are just getting started, you simply are going to click on that big blue button at the top that says Educator Sign Up. But when I go into my own account, I find a bunch of information, and we're going to talk about it for just a moment. Across the top, notice we have My Activity, My Grids, Mixtapes, Grid Pals, the Disco Library, and Shorts. But I land right here in this section called My Grids. And I think of this as home base. This is where I come to get started. This is where I create my grids, my topics. And you'll notice I have 113 grids. You do not need 113 grids. You can have as many grids as you want, but to get started, you're simply going to click on that button that says Add New Grid. And Jess or Jornea, I don't know if one of you want to talk through this while I navigate, or if you want me to just keep rolling.
Yeah, sure. So in order to add a new grid, you're going to hit that pink orange button there, and your grid is your learning community. So this is whoever it is that you're having answer this prompt. So this can be, classroom B, or it can be your third period Spanish class, or your book club, whatever it is, whoever it is that is in your learning community that you're creating this for, that is your grid. So Anne named the grid Saturday Teachers, because that is our learning community today. And so you have a couple options of your grid types that you're going to choose from. So the first of which is school email. And so this is if you are a Google or Microsoft school, you're going to add in the email domain. So that is just anything that's after the @ symbol in the student's emails. You do not have to add every student's specific email. It's just that entire domain. And what that's going to do is going to lock it down to only people that have that domain, just like we saw with the Savvy Scholars grid that we just looked at. So only the people within that domain can authenticate into the grid. And the second type is the student ID. So this is great for your younger learners or those who don't have access to email if you're not a Google or Microsoft school. And this will allow you to import a CSV file. A lot of times with learning management systems, whenever you download your roster, that's the type of file that it is. So you can upload it right into there, or you can actually add in your students individually if you'd prefer. And it has an identifier that they can use to authenticate into the grid. So that's going to be, it can be as little as 2 characters. So whether that's their initials or their classroom number or lunch pin, something that's easy for the students to remember, they can use it that way to get into the grid. And then the third type is the educator learning community. So this is a public grid that you're going to share with educators. So again, maybe your book club or your PLC, your team that you plan with, and they'll have to authenticate in as well with their personal Google or Microsoft account. But this is reserved for adult educator or adult learners. And so we're going to actually do school email for this type because that's most of the types of accounts that are created. And you'll notice down here that it says create a flip code. So one is given to you already. It's just your last name. It's your last name and then some random numbers, but you can make it whatever you want. So you'll see Anne typed in Saturday Teachers, and that noise you may have heard in the background was her being excited that it was.
Yeah, like I'm freaking out that flip code was available. It's a brilliant flip code. So the reason why I'm so excited for that is because I could actually use it for professional development, and now I got it.
Excellent. So if someone already has that one, it'll actually tell you not available and you won't be able to use it, but we're good. And so then you hit the next button. And it's going to take you over to the email domain piece. So again, this is anything that is after the @ symbol that you're going to add in. Now, be aware that a lot of times students and educators have different email domains. So it might be s-whatever or stu dot whatever. So make sure that you do add in both of those domains so that you both can access the grid. And then that's all you have to do, and you click next and your grid is ready to go. You'll see some different share options. So there's an embed code, maybe if you want to add it to your school website or something, share to Microsoft Teams, share to Google Classroom, and even share to Remind if that's the way that you communicate with your students. Now we get questions a lot about what if I use Schoology or Seesaw or Class Dojo, and you can actually go right in and just hit copy, that blue button that Anne's zooming in on. And then you can put that into whatever way you communicate with your students.
I love it. Awesome. Thank you, Jess. So friends, that's all you have to do. And notice on the screen, it says we've created an introduction topic to help you get started. So when you actually go to the grid, you're going to see that topic called Say Hello on Flipgrid has already been added for you. But Jornea, here we go. You and I are going to brain zing together on adding a new topic. Jess, Jornea, and I love to come up with like topic ideas on the spot. Yeah. So when you add a new topic, you simply click on that big colorful rectangle that says add a new topic. And Jornea, let's you and I go through this together because these are those individual discussion prompts, the assignments, the activities, if you will. So we have Saturday Teachers here, and let's like get
yeah, I like alliteration. So let's call this one Saturday Starts.
Like, how do you start your day?
But I started my Saturday working out. So my prompt is going to be, how do you start your Saturday? As simple as that.
All right, so I'm going to just leave it like that. And I'm going to use some of these features. I love to bold words to draw it out as a quick visual in my topic prompts. And then, Jornea, what are some of these things? How can I customize my topics when I'm creating them?
Oh, sure. So, of course, we have a recording time that can be changed. So right now, the default is 1:30 seconds, but you can go from anywhere from 15 seconds if you have an elevator pitch or something like our topic may only take 15 seconds to answer, all the way to 10 minutes. So think wisely how much time you give students, because they definitely will try to use all the time available to them. And so in addition to changing your time, you also have the option as an educator to moderate your topic. This means that those videos that your students post will automatically just come to you as an educator, and it will not be seen by the students on the grid. So this is a great feature for many purposes. Maybe when your students are just getting started, they may be a little nervous in recording. So this moderation provides that sense of security for them.
Yeah, and Jornea, I'm going to leave it on for this demonstration because there's something brand new to Flipgrid within the last 48 hours that pops up on the screen if you have a moderated topic. We've been getting awesome feedback from the community saying, help, my students don't know if they've submitted their video or not. And what's been happening, I think sometimes people go right past that success screen that says, hey, your video's on the screen. It's a moderated topic. It will become visible when your teacher approves it. So there's a really cool new feature that helps everybody see that their video has been submitted, and I want to live demo it today. All right. We're back. Jornea, I love these. And I know you, Jess, and I use these focus media options all the time. So when you're creating topics, Jess, Jornea, and I do this all the time. Jess, do you want to talk about what some of these options are?
Absolutely. So the focus is optional. However, we definitely say that it's a great idea in order to do it because it's really a good way to get your students just kind of thinking, spark their ideas before they actually go into the actual recording. So you have the option to record a video, which for me, that's one of my favorites. I love being able to give the directions in an additional way. So students have the written prompt, but then they hear it from you and see your face as well. But you can upload a video, add a YouTube, an image, a Giphy, an emoji, all sorts of things. You can put a wakelet. So maybe you have, a collection you want them to look at and then reply, Nearpods, anything you can imagine. There's all sorts of things there. So, all right, perfect. So Anne's using a Giphy of coffee. And so that's, maybe just something fun to bring in their attention. And maybe it's giving a little hint of how she starts her Saturday, and me as well. So you can do that. And then that is the topic focus.
Yeah, so it's as simple as those 4 things. And I know we're stretching this out a little bit to talk about these features more in depth, but literally give it a title, write a prompt, choose your recording time, determine if video moderation is something you want to use, and then give it a topic focus. And then you could click create topic. But the next really cool thing is there is the ability to click on this button that says more options. Oh, let's see, did I freeze my screen? Now, here we go. When you click on more options, you as the educator, because you are in control of the grid community and you are in the one who is setting up these topics, you can further customize them based on the need you have for your learning community. So if you want to add a topic tip, you can definitely add something in there to help your students answer the question or the topic that you're writing. You can add a topic attachment, which means you have the ability to add up to 9 external links. And these can be things like a YouTube video or a Google spreadsheet or even a Google slide deck or doc, a PowerPoint, a OneDrive file. Anything you want, you simply copy and paste in that URL and give it an attachment title. And then check this out. You have the ability, if you're working ahead, to perhaps change the status of your topic if you want it to be frozen in a view only state, or even hidden if you're working ahead to get some things prepared for future use. You can even schedule a topic to launch and freeze on a specific date. Now, some of these other features within this topic creation tool include video features, where you can allow students to use those filters, stickers, the drawing, and the text tools based on how you want them to or where you want them to. I love keeping it on for both selfies and videos. And then you have other things that you can customize, like whether or not students can use a video title, if you want the view count to be displayed, if you want them to use a sticky note on the screen for like a little cue card. Allow students to do some editing, submit their own URL links to turn in work while they're doing that. You can also turn on the ability for students to like each other's video, and that will put one of those little green emoji hearts if you want to use this. And additionally, there's a really powerful feature called student-to-student replies, which allows students to extend the conversation and reply to peers. Additionally, one of my favorite things to share is that there is a feedback tool embedded right within the Flipgrid topic creation tool, and you can create your own custom rubric criteria. So you can see I have some examples on the screen, like great effort, growth mindset, a rad noodle doodle, and I used that for a sketch note topic. But you simply could create any criteria you want by clicking on that new criteria button, giving it a title, giving it a description, and a minimum and maximum score, and then simply create your own rubric criteria. And friends, that's it. You click that create topic button and check it out. We see that the topic is ready. And if you're thinking, hey, I've seen a share screen similar to that, you have, because not only is there a grid flip code where you can invite people to your grid, you also have this shortcut to now invite people directly to this shortcut. Again, that simple copy, paste, share with any communication tool you use. You could even share a QR code to access your topic if you want. Again, grab that embed code, share to Microsoft Teams or Google Classroom, or even on a tool like Remind. So I'm going to click All Set and show you now we're viewing this as the educator, right? This is the topic view, but we do not have any responses yet. So it's time to have fun and be silly. Anybody on my team, what we've started to do during professional development is kind of surprise each other by having a video already on the grid. So perhaps somebody on my team is making another video, hint, hint, that we can use. But what I want to do is scroll down and show you we don't have any responses yet. And so we as the educators or the grid owners can start that discussion if we want. Again, you have the ability to share your topic. You could turn on guest mode if you wanted to invite guests to this unique specific topic. But what I'm going to do is click on where it says record a response. And I'm going to go ahead and go in and do a very quick walkthrough of the Flipgrid camera so you can see the really cool features embedded within the Flipgrid camera. Okay, on the screen, I see my reminder that I'm going to record with this big red record button at the bottom, but I have 30 seconds and the topic is moderated. You see all of this information right here. But what I want to do is click on some of these other things. For example, when I hover over this crystal ball, you see I have all of these really cool filters that I can use to change the theme or tone of my video. I love this super cool one. You have the ability to add text. So if you want to, wow, can I type and talk at the same time? My Saturday start. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you that you can move and manipulate the text on the screen. You can have it be as large or as small as you want. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of center this a little bit off the screen like that. My Saturday start. Now check it out. One of my very favorite things is emojis, and you have the ability to add your own stickers, emojis into your responses. So you already know, friends, I was singing on Twitter, right? That's how I'm starting my Saturday today. Additionally, within the sticker options, not only do you have all of the different emojis and people that you could choose from, I love the different accessories you could use. And these are just fun ways that you can customize and create within the Flipgrid camera environment. Additionally, check out all these reactions. And I'm going to take a moment and pause here because I love this new graduation class of 2020 sticker pack that our designer Cindy just released. You also have a brand new arrow sticker pack as well as really cool stickers for content areas. But I'm going to choose one of these and add it. The future is bright, and I'm choosing to go forward with positivity today on my Saturday start. Additionally, and I love this, Jess, I know you love this feature. Jornea, George, and Adam, we all love this. You have the ability to draw right on your camera. So I'm going to go ahead and talk for a moment about first grade land. Part plus part equals whole. Super simple. Your Flipgrid response can be as simple or as sophisticated as you want. So whether your students are thinking through mathematical equations and how to solve a problem, or they're doing a sketch note or showing some sort of verbal, process in pictures to make it visual vocabulary or visual communication, you can annotate all over your screen with that drawing tool. You could even get rid of the video feature and have the blackboard displayed or toggle into a whiteboard mode, or get rid of the camera and clear the boards and come back to video as well. Now, all of these Flipgrid camera tools you can use before you record, or while you record. You could even pause and change the screen if you want. One of my other favorite things is that you can actually upload a custom sticker. So I'm going to go ahead and very quickly choose this sticker to show you can create and customize in any way. So let's say this is actually a photo right here. Friends, endless possibilities. And that's not all. You see that little button with the 3 dots that says video options? Check it out. We have a screen recording feature that you could use to record your own desktop or browser tab. Additionally, you could add your own video clips and upload from your own camera. Or, oh my gosh, I did this yesterday too, friends. What did I just do? Somebody hop on, tell me why I did that. I did this yesterday in training too. I cleared out my own camera. So here we go. Here we go. My mistake. That's completely user error. Instead of going back, I closed the screen. I've done it twice now, but I'm just simply going to show you how quick and simple it is to add a response. I had it beautifully decorated. It was going to show up, but now I'm just going to do a quick sprint and show you how simple it is if you don't want to decorate all the things on all the screen. All right, 3, 2, 1, countdown. Here we go. My Saturday start today was all about coffee, right? A little bit of half and half, no sugar, just coffee, half and half, and perfection. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click next. Here we go. My Saturday start. I'm going to go ahead and click next. Coffee, right? A little bit of half and half, no sugar. I'm going to take my selfie. And I'm going to go ahead and click next one more time. Now, friends, sorry that I closed out my example. That's purely on me, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you. If you need to, you can change your display name, add your title. That link is optional based on how I have it set up as a video. And I'm going to go ahead and click submit. My video is now visible. Oh my goodness gracious. All of my friends have added on here. And the reason I wanted them to is you can see the topic is moderated. And so it's not visible on the grid. And if I were to click in here, I as the educator could now go in and review these videos before they become public on the grid. And if I want to, I have a few things that I can do. I can add, video feedback for Adam. I can use the rubric to give him a score based on his ideas. Way to go. And I'm going to give 3 exclamation points on that. And I'm going to email that feedback to him. If I want to edit this, I can add a vibe, Adam's start, right? And this is just a comment that's going to be seen by others on the grid. I can go in and I can get a private share link or share on all of these additional places, or grab that Flipgrid augmented reality QR code. But what I'm going to do is show you a trick. If I don't want to come in here and manually approve every single one, I can use my batch actions and I can approve all of the videos at one time. So I'm going to go ahead and click activate responses. And now they are all active on the grid. And when I view that grid, check it out. I'm going to log in using my email the way my educator told me to. And here is the Saturday grid with all of the responses on the grid. Wow, this was a little bit of a silly demonstration. And everybody get your videos back on here because I'm feeling lonely.
Hey, Anne, fun grid. I put 2 videos in and then I was like, I forgot the prompt. I didn't answer the prompt. So that's why I have 2 videos.
Okay, I'm trying something because what I'm supposed to see is that really cool reminder, friends. I'm going to submit it. Heads up, this topic is moderated, right? Your video will be visible when approved. And check this out. This is what the students see on the screen now. Let me zoom in on that. If your students are working with a moderated topic, this is a brand new card that's like a placeholder that says the video will be hidden until the educator approves that. And this is just a brand new reminder based on feedback we've been hearing from you that, hey, my students are submitting like 5 videos at a time because they're not sure. And it's a moderated topic. So I love that there's this reminder right there on the screen. But additionally, they're now going to see this brand new card to show that the video is submitted. And then I, as the educator, would need to go back in on my side and check it out. There's a few new ones. Oh my gosh, Jornea and George have added theirs as well. I'm going to go ahead and use that batch actions, activate them, and then come right back to my grid, view it as a student, and I see everybody's response. Now, I want you all to get in on the fun. So check this out. This is the student view, right? I'm just going back to my tab, and I'm going to turn on topic guest access right now, which means that every single one of you, if you want to try this out, could simply use this topic code. And I'm going to leave this on the screen for a few moments. Take a picture, launch the app right now. Go ahead and try it out. We'd love to invite you to this topic as a guest for you to have your own play to learn experience. It's just going to come to me. It's not going to go out there public into the world, but anybody who's on the PD right now, they just dropped it in the comments. Use this topic guest code and have a play. Push all the buttons and let us know how your Saturday starts. But I think that's what's super fun about a professional learning experience. And Saturday teachers, this PD session has been a little bit wacky, a little bit zany. I completely closed out my own response. But friends, come back, get your cameras on the screen because I love playing to learn and I love playing to learn with my whole team and all of you out there in live YouTube land.
And beautiful work. And like I mentioned, that's everything you need to know. So you just watch this broadcast. That's absolutely everything you need to know to get started with Flipgrid. We don't have a ton of questions, so if you have more questions, drop them in.
Yeah.
You may have some other. Here's like the magic of Flipgrid, right? Anne mentioned it's free, and it's absolutely free. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to the incredible community. Back in 2018, Microsoft saw the community and said, we want to make that equitable and free for every single educator, scholar, and family on the planet. They made it free and they let us just keep innovating and keep growing based on your feedback. So it's your questions, your ideas that continue to allow us on the Flipgrid team to make Flipgrid even better. Add the features like screen recording, like stickers, like the moderation thing that Anne just showed us. All these things come from feedback from all of you. So there are so many additional features within Flipgrid that you don't need to know about to get started with Flipgrid. I want to phrase it, they're very cool and they're worth exploring, but everything Anne just showed you are the only things you need to know to get started.
Yeah.
Just say this more eloquently.
Well, I'm just looking over at the comments in the chat right now. There's some really great points too, like Gina Jacobs. Adam, if you see that and want to pop this on the screen, the question, do you recommend having separate grids for each section or course? Jess, why don't you talk about this? Because I know this is right up your alley.
That's so funny. I actually was just about to hop in and call out that question as well. So Gina, the beauty of Flipgrid is it really is educator choice. Everything is up to you and how you want to do things. But for me personally, I had 6 of the same section, and I chose to have a different grid per section because I just felt like it was much easier than having it for the entire course and having 150 students in the exact same grid. And organizationally, it just worked really well for me, but it is totally your discretion, whatever you think is best.
Yeah. Another question.
Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't answer the second part of the
Tell us more.
It is so easy to duplicate the topic. Sorry. So that's exactly what I would do. I would make the grid for 1, and then I would duplicate the entire grid actually, and it will take the grid and the topics as well. But you can also duplicate a topic and move it across different grids too.
And I just want to give
that button.
Say it again.
Show us that duplicate topic button.
I can in a moment, but I first need to give a shout out to Kathy Darden and Gina Jacobs because Kathy is one of our certified educators wearing the French fry hat. I love it. She also is a Saturday people too. Thanks, Kathy, for your energy. But she said, I'm certified. And then Gina asked, how do you become certified? So I love the conversation that's happening in the chat. Kathy gave great advice on how to navigate to that level 1 certification. Just incredible support from across the Flipgrid community. Educators truly are better together. Friends of EDU always sharing ideas, best practices, meaningful workflows. So we love that this conversation is happening. I do have my screen ready to share, Adam. I'm going to go ahead and go back into my grids. And friends, I know that you're asking about how do you duplicate a grid. So here is that Saturday Teachers grid that I created. And I'm glad that we're back here looking at our grid details because I want to point out this actions button. There is magic hidden under this actions button. If you've never clicked on one, definitely click it. Edit your grid, add a co-pilot, which would be a collaborating educator who has that admin access. But if you see this right here with this little twin icon, you can duplicate the grid and only topics in the Saturday Teachers will be included. No videos will be included. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And even though the screen says this may take a while, it really truly won't. It takes maybe sometimes 5 to 10 seconds, but I'm going to talk right through this real quick and show you that if you created a grid template, for example, right here, notice it's been duplicated. You've been redirected. So when I close that, you'll notice it's a duplicate. And then you can go in and make any edits that you want. That little pencil icon is magic too, or click right there on where it says edit grid. And I want to talk to you about some of these grid settings. So what if I didn't want it to say Saturday Teachers? Or what if I wanted it to be Saturday Teachers 2 because I need a second one? I don't know. Or maybe I want it to be called Sunday Teachers, right? Anything. I have a brand new grid. I can go in and edit as needed. But what I want to talk through in these grid settings real quick are things like grid features, including the notifications, depending on how you want to manage your email inbox when new videos are submitted, whether it's daily, weekly, every new video, or never. And the other thing I want to point out while I'm in here is the ability to change or establish your closed caption feature that's fully built in, embedded throughout Flipgrid. You could simply turn on the captions feature and detect whatever language you want to be auto-generated. So I'm choosing English United States for this example. And then you will have the ability for your participants to use that closed caption feature if they choose to. I'm going to go ahead and update my grid. And again, there it is. I've simply duplicated the grid. And then the other cool thing is you can duplicate topics too. And you simply choose that actions button. And whether you're in a grid or your topic, duplicate the grid, or you'll see duplicate topic when you're in your topic. Great questions. What else do we have people asking? If I have the kids add a video or picture, can I edit it to add stickers? So check this out. Adam, I see him smiling on the screen, and I'm going to say, Adam, check this out. It's not that you can edit it, because you're going to edit while you're creating or before you're creating. But let me tell you what I love to do. I love to go into PowerPoint, Google Slides, any creation tool you're using on your device, and I actually make custom stickers all the time. So let's come right back in here. Hey, there's our friend Ramesh has added, and I'm going to activate his. Thanks for adding, Doctor. I'm going to go ahead and go in and one more time click on record a response and go in and show you that when you choose this photo sticker option, here, let's see, what example can I find? I have created, what stickers do I have? Oh, hey, check this out. I created my own stickers. I went into my Google Slides last night and I created my own stickers. So you can do anything you want when you're creating, and that's the beauty of this. And then a screenshot becomes a photo sticker. That's how you could customize it. That's how you could edit it. But if you're asking a little bit of a different question, like, can you edit the sticker in between? I'm going to go ahead and show you. You can record. Check out my sticker right here. And then I'm going to click pause. I'm going to come next. Check out my sticker. And then there's a button to add more. So if I want to, I can clear the screen. And I can go in and I can add a completely different sticker if I wanted to. And I'm going to put this one over here and watch this. Oh, now it's right here. Wait, right here. I got to get my directions correct, right? So friends, you can be as creative. You can be as silly. You can be, check out my stick, right? And you don't even have to take a selfie, because guess what? Use that sticker upload and choose your own sticker to have as the photograph, right? And then that will be the sticker that gets submitted and become, visible on your grid. Now, the reason why mine's showing up active is I'm using this from my educator account. Hey, Mila, thanks for adding. I'm going to go ahead and activate yours as well. I love that friends are trying this. And here we go. Check it out, friends. There is a whole other option for what you can do when you are viewing and editing the sticker option, right? Man, I got to practice a mirror image of which way I'm pointing. All right.
And also, I was laughing earlier. Well, both because big fan of the stickers and the fun camera features. Also, I thought I was reading this question out loud, but I realized I was on mute. And so then when you started reading it, I was like, this is very confusing. And I was like, oh, nope, no one can hear me. But anyway, I'm going to mute again.
Yeah, so this is awesome. What I'm going to do is share my screen one more time, Adam, if you want to click over to that one. The question is this an effective tool for adult learning, professional development? Yes. Before I joined Team Flipgrid, I was called a teacher on special assignment. And for 4 years, my role was to support kindergarten through 8th grade teachers. And I started using Flipgrid as a reflection tool after professional development. But one of the grids that I'm going to actually go in and show you right now is basically the grid that I would use for professional development in California in my Q community. I know Lori's listening in from California. That's where I know her from. This is our state affiliate of ISTE, which is the International Society for Technology and Education. But it's where I house all of my PD grids that I use. And I created a frozen topic. You can see it's frozen. And I created a few resources by adding these topic attachments, freeze, topic for view only, how do you edit your topic. But I have the title of my topic that's just called Choose a Topic Here. And what you can do is see the way that I've used multiple topics for different professional development experiences over the years. And I use a very specific naming protocols. You can see it's from my Q community. Fall Q, SGVQ, which stands for one of the local affiliates called San Gabriel Valley. But if I were to click into one of these, Here's the example. Share anything and everything you want in 2 minutes about sketch notes. And you can see a lot of play to learn experiences where educators are pushing buttons and trying new things. My friend Tim, his daughter, was even at the professional development session, so she got to play and learn with us too. But I definitely would encourage you to check out those integration docs. And I'm just going to show you, because on the integration docs, we do have an entire selection of professional development resources. So if you are using Flipgrid to support a professional learning community, if you're a coach, an academic coach, an innovation coach, a specialist, an administrator who's supporting professional development, especially right now as we're reimagining how we use technology to support our remote learning communities, check this out. You can come in here, workshop reflections, STEAM parking lot questions. If you're exploring the SAMR model, if you're talking about collaboration or technology tools, meet and greet, goodness gracious, screencasting, ask your coach. You could have a help desk where your teachers could come and ask you questions. You could use that screen recording feature to give them a response. Endless possibilities. And not only that, Jornea, I'm going to ask you to come back in and be off of the mute and talk about the Disco library and how they could use this for professional development as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So whatever situation you're in for professional learning, you'll be able to find ready to go topics right inside of the Disco library. So as Anna's navigating down, you'll see right now we're almost to 20,000 topics. I think I approved maybe 100 this morning. And so when we're looking inside of here, you can go down to your audience, professional, or you can even go search the subject, professional development.
Yeah.
It's educator professional development. So let's go up to E. There we go. And you can search topics that other educators have already created. And what's really nice about this is that you get a template of that topic that is editable. So you may like a little bit of what an educator says, but you want to tailor it to your learning community. You're able to do that right inside of the editing tool after you've added this topic to your grid. So Anne, you want to maybe click into one to show how easy. All right, so this is Anne's topic, my aha moment. At the very top right-hand corner, it says select a grid. Now, once you kind of determine, hey, this is the topic for me, I've gone over the integration notes, I'm good to go. You're going to go ahead and click that grid and click add. And now you'll see the editor pop up. Take a moment to edit for your learning community, update topic, and now it is accessible inside of your grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and make sure that one is active.
And it's not moderated, and it should be active. So I'm going to go ahead and invite people. If you have a Gmail address, you should be able to navigate to here as well, because I put in my personal Gmail because that's what I use for my account. But friends, here's another one. If you want to use this flip code and share an aha moment or a reflection from this professional development session, definitely use this flip code and have that opportunity to share as well. I'm going to leave this on the screen for just a moment and speak to some of these other questions. Can students edit their video title, etc. once they've posted? You can from within your educator account. And so if those edits are needed, you can connect with a student on that. Can students use cell phones to record a video? I do most of my video on my own personal cell phone device as well. So I would encourage you, all you need to have folks do is download that free Flipgrid app, and then they would click on where it says enter the flip code or scan their own flip code. So yes, 100%, you could definitely do that. I'm actually gonna scan the flip code, or right here, look. I'm gonna log in to Saturday Teachers. I just scanned that code, and you can absolutely, if they are on a phone or mobile device, they will need to use the free Flipgrid app. Or if they're on a web-based device, just go to flipgrid.com. So yeah, Kathy, laptops or cell phones, absolutely. And yes, cell phone users will need to download that free Flipgrid app before. So any tips for using Grid Pals? Goodness gracious. Grid Pal George is here. Grid Pal, I'm going to navigate to the screen that says Grid Pals, and we want you to talk about this.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, so like true to the name, Grid Pals is essentially, imagine like a pen pal network of just different educators that you can find wherever in the world. So, and if you want to expand out just to show like how many Grid Pals we have.
25,068.
Yeah, and each one of those little green pluses is an educator that wants to connect their classroom with your classroom. So this is a great way to just break down those four walls for your students and learners to give them an experience that's, that's getting really wonky, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to refresh the page.
No worries. But yeah, so we just hover around one of those links and like we'll just see like who is wanting to connect. And so by clicking on any of those pluses, you'll get to see like their name, the grades they teach, the subjects, and then how you can connect with them. So they'll usually put down like some sort of social handle, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it, but also the option to email. So you can essentially send like an invite like, hey, I want to connect. And you can just basically start the conversation and then choose like an opportunity to like have a shared grid, shared topic, and have those like connected conversations. You'll see Anne just like kind of search her own name, which has plenty of social handles. So they're all here.
You can find me on the social.
But it's amazing. It's a great way to just give that opportunity, whether it just be within your own district to connect, or just somebody you want to like, let's say you're a Spanish teacher wanting to connect with a Spanish classroom in the States and then a classroom in Spain. And you can search like the different subjects for that and then look at the area you would like maybe to connect with them with. And then have that kind of cultural experience that some students might not have the opportunity for. And it gives that kind of asynchronous because the beauty of Flipgrid is that it does hurdle those time zones. So you can essentially have students who respond in the morning, and then when it's morning time for the other pair of students, if it's across the hemisphere, they can respond to that and have that continued conversation. It's a really, really cool feature. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome way just to connect students with other students. But yeah.
I love that. And Grid Pal, the cool thing is if folks want to participate in it, they simply just can activate their own Grid Pal title at the top. They would just literally navigate by clicking on the button that says activate and then review your own profile, add in your location, right? So. Yep. So right now I'm in Miami, and then that will put you on the map as one of those awesome green dots. Check all of your social handles. I mentioned I was on the social. If anybody's looking, and Cosmo723, and definitely just click join Grid Pals. We're not going to give away your information, but like, oh my gosh, let's see. There's a couple folks in Florida now. So yeah, tons of opportunities to connect with folks. All right. Hey, the E-Twins are over in Spain. Can you edit a video after it's been uploaded? You can't edit it after it's been uploaded. You would simply download it and use that custom video import feature if you want to make changes or do some trimming or things like that. You could also do what's called app smashing. And Jornea, want to give us a 30-second rundown on that?
Yeah, sure. So app smashing, basically, if Flipgrid won't be able to accomplish what you need, you can use another app that you're familiar with to make those changes, and then use our upload video option. So you'll find that in the little 3 dots to the left of your recorder, and you can upload any video that you've created elsewhere. And Anne has gone to our App Smash 2020 grid where we had 16 incredible educators showcasing their app smashing skills. So feel free to learn from the best, learn from them by going to App Smash 2020 and see all the cool things that they came up with this year.
Yeah. Adam, I'm going to invite you to come off of mute and let us know if there's any last questions we can address. And thank all of our friends who joined in.
Yeah, and I know it happened to me earlier. I started talking again, and then you started talking. I was confused, and then I realized again I was on mute. So my apologies. Shout out to the E-Twins, Mara and Alberto. Like, we send all the love. Thank you for hopping on, and thank you all for hopping on today. One final question that we haven't got to yet, which expands a little bit beyond kind of the foundations of Flipgrid. And Anne, you collaborated on a blog post about this. Hey, Anne, what is a flip hunt?
I just saw that question in there, and I'm so glad. Nora, this is a great question. So a flip hunt is a digital scavenger hunt that you can go on. You can find more information at blog.flipgrid.com/fliphunt. But our awesome friend and rock star student voice ambassador, Kathy Kurznowski, she's at Kurzy on social. She had this idea that you could send your students on an academic adventure a la what we all know as a scavenger hunt. But when you do it on Flipgrid, it's called a flip hunt. So the idea is to differentiate any kind of learning experience and share your students an opportunity for them to be creative in the way that they engage with content. Or we've seen folks doing like, math flip hunts. Find an object in your house that represents a rectangular prism and use that academic vocabulary to describe it. And that's a Flipgrid response in a flip hunt. But definitely check out this blog post because it's a really cool Q&A, including some pro tips from Kathy herself about how to create a flip hunt and go on that adventure. So I love that question. And again, if you're looking for resources, friends, all you have to do is navigate back to flipgrid.com and click on that button that says resources, and you will find tons of information. And what we love to do also is just share that on behalf of Jess, Jornea, and myself, and Adam and George, and all of Team Flipgrid, really, please know we're here to support you. So if you're looking to get connected or you have questions, you can always find all of us at Flipgrid on social. But Jess, Jornea, and I are the 3 teachers on the team. Use that hashtag Flipgrid for all. Tweet your questions to us. You can get connected to all of us, or definitely feel free to send out an email. So it's been such a joy connecting with you all this morning. And I know I love seeing my friends, and I hope, even though this has been a little bit of a wild ride for a Saturday morning, it's been so much fun for me. And I love seeing my friends.
I'm thinking, Anne, just given this unique opportunity that we're all here together on this PD, I thought maybe we would play 2 more videos. One of them is 29 seconds.
Okay.
And then the other one, I think we'll round out the month. So we'll end with the last video, but first I want to play a fun 29-second invitation to you all. And I think Jornea, Jess, and George, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Your future, that is my why.
It is my great honor to recognize educators for the Amplify Award.
So tonight, we're really excited to launch new tools for that camera. Drag those segments around, you can trim them. It's Jen Sard in
Wonderopolis!
Flipgrid AR.
Cannot wait.
George was so shocked he couldn't even he had to look away.
I have it playing on my TV like this whole live stream. Like, I want to watch it there.
Hey, so tell us, Jornea, what's Flipgrid Live?
Oh my gosh, it's the best celebration of educators, and educators truly drive everything with Flipgrid. And so this is our moment to thank educators and also showcase all of the new features that will be coming out with on Flipgrid. So thank you so much for giving us your feedback. We can't wait to show you what our team has been working really hard on. I'm super excited.
It's really good stuff.
I can't wait for you to see because I'm freaking out with excitement. What's that you say,
Once again, thank you all for tuning in this morning, for joining us, or if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past. We hope things are well. The recording, we'll leave the recording up here on YouTube. So if there's anything that you missed and you want to go back and watch more, scroll back. And Jornea, say what's going on?
Nora just typed in, this was a great Saturday start. So Nora and everyone else who's on, we really love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Hey, will you guys put your hands up, and can I ask anybody out there, because I would love a picture of this, but I don't have a second set of hands to take this picture. Would somebody please screenshot this?
Wait, who's gonna take the photo?
That's what I'm asking. Somebody out there listening, would you please screenshot this and send it to us?
We're crowdsourcing it. Okay, yeah.
Okay, maybe somebody took that picture.
And you can screenshot the recording.
We can watch the recording, right?
All right. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. One more video, and I'm sending us off. So, Jornea, Jess, and Ann, thank you so much, and George, thank you as well.
And thank you, Adam.
Hey,
Thank you, Adam.
the attitude is gratitude. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
And scene.
We want to take a moment to say thank you. Educators all around the world, you are our why here at Flipgrid.
Thank you for your endless creativity, your inspiration, and your ideas.
Thank you for making an impact, helping today's scholars realize their potential, and supporting your fellow educators around the world.
Thank you for bringing the heart and hustle and fostering young leaders.
We heart you big time. Thank you for being the leaders, the innovators, the cheerleaders, the change makers. You make the world go round.
Thank you for connecting families and shaping our communities.
Today and every day, we are so grateful to work alongside you on our shared mission to empower every voice.